Okay, and we are live. Nobody did it. Nobody did the
Hi.
voice.
No, we're looking at each other.
Hi, everyone. So we
Hello.
are here to discuss the sorry, we're a few minutes late. That's my fault. We're here to discuss the final 3 episodes of season 2, episode 22 and 23 and 24, which are 2 parts of the last episode, basically. So yeah, pretty exciting final episodes here, and MJ looks ready to go.
There's just so much to get to. And I will say, I think if people watched the last episode, I may have been on track with some of these things. I wasn't sure we're going to play out. I think I was on track.
So this one was Michael's Michael's background. And just trying to check nothing. So this one was called 3 Minutes. And this is so this is another backstory. Is this the second or third of Michael's backstories?
I'm going to say third.
It's the third, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. So did we, I think at the beginning of the episode, right, we don't yet know, now I'm getting them mixed up, but I think the beginning of this episode, we don't yet know, right, that he has to bring back specific people.
No,
Right.
we know when
Right.
she gives him a bit of paper, that's when we know.
Yeah, that's later on in this episode, right? Like
Yeah.
before
Right.
he starts trying to manipulate who can go and who can't go.
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Go
so
ahead.
the episode starts 13 days back in time. So we're going back before, people are shot and murdered and all that stuff. And he holds the list and he burns it. So me being the trained investigator that I always wanted to be, I pause it, I take a picture and I flip the picture and I could see Jack's name and I could see Kate's name. And I said, oh, this is a list. This is a list. He was told to bring. And now he's getting rid of the evidence. So this episode really was like a whiplash because you're going 2 weeks back in time and then you're coming back to, what's happening, in real time. And it was a lot. It was a lot to process. So Michael,
but it's the first time the backstory's been on the island, isn't it?
Well, it's the first time for our main cast. They did this with the tail survivors.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Yeah. The first time.
Yeah.
That's right.
So the island is giving us the backstory.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Michael asks Jack for guns and he knocks Locke out. There's so much happening already. Michael types to Walt on the computer, gets directions for where they will take him. It's a big hike near the middle of the beach. I screenshotted that too because I wanted to see everything that was written out. Jack walks in and sees Locke knocked out, points a firearm at Jack and locks him in the holding area. So then we move from 13 days ago to today. And I have written down dead bodies told to stay put until they are buried. I'm not sure what that's in reference to, but somebody must have said something about something.
Probably just that they're telling Michael they're not going anywhere until they do it. Because Hurley freaks out, right? Hurley's like, we haven't even buried anybody yet. And
Yes.
Oh yeah, and Lucy.
Yeah,
And,
Michael's
Right.
just trying to get everyone to go
Libby.
straight away, isn't he?
Yeah.
he's
Right.
trying to just get
And
it
Jack is like, or they're like, no, we're going to show reverence for our friends, for our people. And then we get back. So it goes from there to like the real time on the island, back to 13 days, when Michael's captured by the others. And then we go back to today. Michael and Echo are cleaning up blood. Echo's talking and Michael is listening to a story about forgiveness. I guess that's the story that Echo was telling him.
It's that story about going to hell, isn't it? And
I think so.
It's really cool because he says that the character in the story is not afraid of going to hell. He's afraid that the tiger will be there.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Bill was the dog. He was worried
the dog.
Oh, the dog.
He was
the
beating
dog.
the dog.
Right,
Yeah.
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 Well, that
which
really
was
cool.
which was a great story, very well
Mhm.
told.
Right.
Yeah.
Right,
let's-
yeah.
So we also learned that Walt is alive, right? And he's on the island. Michael agrees with the others to make a pact to try and rescue Walt, and he's willing to, give up his friends, which I think is like the real meat and potatoes of this episode. Like, how far are you willing to go for who and what you love?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, he was already willing to murder Walt, and now he's willing to lead his friends to who knows what's going to happen to them when they're captured by the others. So he's pretty much willing to do anything, really.
Mm-hmm. He's cooked.
Yeah.
Michael's cooked. Let's see. The 3 window. Okay, 3 minutes. Window builds dread. Okay, and the others are I think they're very much into psychological manipulation, scare tactics, maybe a little Stockholm syndrome, like they do a lot of mind games to get people to
all of that.
do what they want.
Oh yeah.
That's a good diagnosis.
Well, thank you. And that trying to figure out who the others are was like taking up space in my head. Like the lady that was talking to him in such a calm, reserved way, saying, this is what you need to do if you want to get your son back, and that whole, Henry vibe of just steel coldness without showing any empathy or emotion, just driven to get what they want. That's the feel that I got. Do you guys agree with that? With how
she was hardcore, that lady.
Yeah. Well, again, they had all the power, and Michael didn't have any power at all.
Yeah, and not hardcore in like an Ana Lucia way, like a hardcore in like a sniper from the side way. Yeah. Okay, so so let's see. Those are all the notes that I have for 22. What else should we add? Oh, and then we see, there's a battle for who's supposed to go with Michael and who's not. And it's Hurley, Kate, who else?
Jack Sawyer.
Jack and Sawyer.
And who wanted to go but was told to stay back? Was
Saeed.
Saeed, that's it.
Saeed, and
yes,
rightfully so. Everyone's like, "Hold up, he's the guy."
Yeah.
If anyone should go,
yes.
Yes.
So you're saying if we're going to a war, we should have the person that's actually been in a war.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Michael was literally waving red flags in every conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which obviously Saeed picks up on.
That's in the next episode, right?
I think it.
Or does it end on this
the very end of this one?
Yeah.
It's the very end of this one
Yeah.
where he says to Jack that Michael's been compromised.
Yeah. Clearly.
Yes.
Couple people here.
Hello.
Hey, Greg. No, we have not gotten to that point
Not
yet.
quite.
That's a few episodes down the road, Greg.
Look at him spoiling the whole series.
Spoilers.
For anyone in the audience, that's a Twilight Zone reference.
I know. Even I know.
I'm going to say that. Know what that was in reference to.
I think the Twilight episode.
Yeah.
Now you know.
It is interesting how much deference, because like Jack didn't really seem to get it until, later Jack knows and is keeping it a secret from it. Oh, I'm jumping ahead. But it's interesting that he didn't, because Michael was being really weird about it,
Yeah.
He was.
I
think Jack would not want to believe such a thing of Michael.
That's true.
So I think his go-to is he's going to believe Michael no matter how weird Michael is, whereas Saeed is just like, no.
Also has other things on his mind. He's pretty complicated with the ladies, you know what I mean? Like he's got some distractions going on, so he's not dialing into what Michael's still about.
Okay, so Saeed knew what was going on because he didn't fancy Kate. Is that what you're saying?
Saeed's
There you
smart. Saeed is smart.
His love struck period was over.
Yeah. Saeed knows body language. Jack doesn't, obviously.
Yeah.
I guess.
But it's weird because like Michael's excuses or reasons or whatever were so kind of weird, but almost
wishy-washy.
He'd go, well, I just want them because I don't want I don't want to spoil anything, and there was a bit where Jack's staring at him for ages, and he goes, okay,
Yeah,
and it's like he's just got given up, thinking, okay, well, you make the call, but he doesn't really understand why he's making that call, but he just goes, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
and so there's a sense that it is weird what he's saying, and Jack thinks it's weird, but he's not going to the leap that everyone else is going, like, that's because he's lying,
Right.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but this particular episode, it ends with the sailboat, right?
yes,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're
Yes.
they're
When the sun
burying
sees the
Libby
boat.
and
Yeah.
they don't see who's in it. It's just
Which
like
seems
there's a
completely
boat.
out of left field the first time I saw it.
Oh my god. I'm like, now what?
Another thing to add to it.
Yeah. I'm watching it and I'm like, oh, who's on the boat? What's gonna happen next? Let's go.
One thing I thought was a bit weird is Michael. So there's a scene where Michael is petting Vincent and they have this moment together.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, why doesn't he give Vincent one of Walt's old shirts or something and go barreling in the jungle for Walt? That would make more
he's not
sense.
thinking. Yeah, he's not thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, this is the level of thinking you do on the 7th time.
On the
You know,
8th
you're paying
time, yeah,
attention
I
to this
know.
level of detail. You know, like
I'm not
Yeah.
reacting anymore. I'm
Dog is
just
hurt.
giving you all the plot holes.
Well, there's a lot of irrational behavior. But
No,
because
so
it's-
I'm also thinking, wouldn't Vincent's like, he's just living his life. So I assume that at some point he might have smelled Walt, especially if he came to the camp to see Shannon. I
Mhm.
think.
Yeah,
Well,
so you're saying
yeah,
Vincent's
listen.
being an idiot.
I'm
I have a
assuming
lot
it
of
was
ex- I
not
have
a
a lot of experience
hallucination.
with
But
dogs. I have a lot of experience with dogs. Not all dogs can track.
Correct.
Or
True.
know what you're talking about. If I held up
Ralph
Man
would
or
be
shirt.
useless.
Well, let's ask Olive now. What
they
does
would-
she think?
Olive's not
Olive
a
would
tracker.
go.
Oh,
Yeah,
she-
Riley's a
looking at weed
tracker.
apple.
Olive's not a tracker. Olive's like, what?
Watson's part hound, so he'd be all over it, but then I'd lose him and I wouldn't have a dog anymore.
I get a feeling that Vincent's not a very efficient dog. Like he just wanders around, eats whatever's around, and that's good
He's
enough
the
for him.
Shannon of dogs.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a good emotional support.
He just looks good and sits around.
I'll tell you
I
what.
said, I was going to say that I thought it was really cool the way that when he goes back to the camp, when Michael goes back to the camp, everyone's really happy to see him, and there's a really cool juxtaposition between him looking really guilty and not liking the fact that everyone's really pleased that he's back. You know, you can see all sorts of things going on in his mind. He's just thinking, yeah, really, hello, you know, and they're all going, oh, Michael, you're back, it's amazing, you know, and you can tell that he's like, you know, it's just really cool the way that, you know, they filmed their reaction.
Yeah.
How, you know, because he was one of their friends.
Yeah.
But obviously he's completely shat on them. So there's all that guilt that he's sort of projecting on screen to us because we know what he's done. You know, I
Right.
think that's
Yeah,
really
that was a
cool.
good
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of like the core of this when we're talking about friendships, betrayal, how far would you go?
Yeah.
You know, how other people look at you compared to how you see yourself now. Like that there's a lot of different elements brought into that. And I think that was a really cool theme for this episode.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I think what you were saying, Gareth, with clearly that was very intentional. I think to really emphasize just the extreme level of treachery, you know, that happened.
Yeah.
I mean, this was, really extreme treachery. I mean, like Libby was an accident, but I mean, he purposely killed Anna Lucia, and he's purposely betraying a whole group of friends that were all like so genuinely happy that he was okay and to see him back. You know what I mean? It's just. It's really awful when you think about it. I mean, you put it in context a little bit because, you know, and I say this as somebody with kids, so I understand what that bond is like. But it's, you know, Walt is the reality is he's not. This is not a child that he's raised, right? So while he definitely is going to have some bond, he's going to have a very different bond with Walt. You know, he's only been back after many years back with Walt for what are we at now? A month or two?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So, yes, under very stressful circumstances, so that increases the level of the bond. But still, it's quite a level of sacrifice of other people that he's willing to make for
Yeah.
this child that
But-
is really just getting to know. You know?
But it's also quite consistent, isn't it? Because if you think about what he's been like with Walt through the series,
Yeah.
he's been really intense all the time.
Yeah.
Like chucking his comic in the fire, saying "Don't go near Locke," and like all these extreme things. So it kind of works that Michael has always been just really extreme and intense, and like I'm not going to go to 40. I'm going to go to 100. So
Yeah.
when they're saying you need to do this, he's like, all right, I'll do it. Rather than
Right.
well, hold on a minute, this is a awful idea. I'm not going to do this. He's not. Michael is exactly the right character to manipulate to get him to do that. Out of all the characters, he's the one that's most likely to be extreme in his reaction to try and find Walt. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 I also wrote that Alex has proved to be not like the others because
Right.
in that bit when they recreate I love that scene. Whenever you get a scene which is the same scene you've already seen from a different angle, I love that. So when they're in all that, and then she says, "Is Claire okay?"
Yeah. How's Claire? How's everything going?
Yeah.
I love that. And she's just wants to know if she was okay, and obviously
Mhm.
everyone else is being really like aggressive and bullying them, but she just wants to know is Claire okay. She's not like the others. She's not like. I mean, she's one of the others, but she's not like the others,
Right.
which I think is really cool. You can really see that really clearly just with a very short scene. Alex is not the same.
Mhm.
Mhm.
For sure.
Yeah.
There were two other things I wrote about this episode. The first is that, so there was also that whole thing, I forget exactly, but Charlie found, he was playing with Vincent, I think, and I think he found Sawyer's stash of the heroin or the Virgin Mary statues.
Mm.
And then, so there's that scene where he's throwing it in the ocean.
Mm.
And I just found in my notes, I wrote, I know he's trying to get healthy and all, but it's not a good reason to feed the Dharma shark some heroin.
Yeah.
Also, wouldn't they just roll back to the island? I don't know.
It's
That's
symbolic.
really heavy.
Yeah.
That's ending that story.
I
He's
know.
ending that storyline.
It's good thing Locke saw him, because then he can really get some brownie points there.
Yeah, but Locke didn't look particularly impressed. He just like this story. Is if he was just throwing some fish in the sea or something. It's like he should have looked back and said, "John, can you see what I'm doing? This is
Yeah,
crap.
like,
This is can I have a little bit more of a reaction, mate." But yeah,
I thought
that's closing that
sorry.
storyline. Go on, go on.
No, go.
I was just saying that closed that storyline. I think there's an extra bit to close the season off. There's a few things that were closing the season off, and that was Charlie's moment. As far as end of season kind of behavior.
Mhm.
Go on.
Mhm.
I thought that was a clever little. This is little things you pay attention to now when you're multiple times. That was another little clever good versus evil symbolism when Charlie got those things out of Sawyer's whatever that was trunk or
Stash.
whatever he had.
His stash,
There was the
yeah.
Virgin Mary statues right next to Playboys. Which
Oh, I
was-
didn't see
which I thought
that.
was pretty clever.
Yep.
So,
Well, the other thing I wrote is
She was the first centerfold, wasn't she, Virgin Mary?
That's not nice, Darren. That's not nice.
So it's evil with evil. Now,
Go on,
there's
carry on,
another
sorry.
scene that we haven't talked about yet, which had me confused.
Hmm.
Well, it had me thinking. When I think it's Jack who goes to see Sawyer first, or Saeed, to ask him to join them on the walk, right? I think. But there's a scene where Saeed and Jack are talking, and Jack asks Saeed, "Can you help us with the walk, or can you help us with the guns, or something like that?" And then Saeed asks him, "Well, why do you want my help? Or why do you want me to come? Or why do you need to do this?" Basically.
Mhm.
And Jack is like, "Because she's gone." But it got me thinking: is he talking about Ana Lucia or Kate? because it's like, I don't know if he's going to prove to Kate that he's still in charge, or if he's going because he feels guilty that Ana Lucia died or something, or
I don't
I
know.
don't know. It was one of those moments where he's like, yeah, I really couldn't tell if who he was talking about when he said because she's gone.
Yeah. I would probably
Do
bet
you-
maybe he was trying to trigger a Shannon memory, you know, to
Oh,
motivate
maybe.
Saeed to come along and help, you know, that
You
maybe
think so?
some type of an internal motivation for him to help out. I don't know.
Did that scene stick out to you guys too?
When you mentioned it, it was kind of like one of those, like an awkward dialogue. And I'm like, I'm trying to find the hole that it fits in, you know? And it just like went right over my head. But, you know, after you
I remember thinking that I thought in reference to Shannon too, but I don't remember much else about the conversation.
Yeah. Because at first I was like, ooh, that's a low blow. Why would you say that? So I think I would think he was referencing Shannon.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
So I can't remember if that's when he asked Saeed to help them, or if he went to talk to Saeed to say, actually, Michael said you're not coming, or I don't know. Can't remember. But.
I think Sawyer's the first one to try and get Saeed involved, isn't he?
I think so.
Maybe.
I think so.
Yeah. And then Saeed comes up with his plan.
Oh, yeah.
Because he
My
goes,
I'm going to scout.
Gets all excited, says, we got the Arab involved.
Yeah.
Classic Sawyer dialogue.
Oh, God.
So who do you all think are the others? So MJ can answer that. The other four of us can't answer that.
Yeah.
I don't know yet. All I know is they all need therapy. They all need a makeover. You know, they need to have some kumbaya time because they're kind of mean. They're kind of mean, and I don't know what their end game is. So, yeah. I have no idea.
I think it's just people who've lived there longer. I get that Walt is special, but in what way, in your opinion? What do you think, MJ?
I don't think they're people that have lived there longer. I think they have inside information. They know who's on the plane. They have a list. They know, the attributes of the people that they wanted. Why did they want those four for, a reason? Why not anybody else on the island? There's other people that we haven't met that probably have great qualities. So there's definite reason. There's links in a chain that haven't been connected yet. So I don't know, but there's something. It's deliberate.
And they have been watching them as well. So they're not just on the island.
Yeah.
They have been, they've manipulated them, watching them.
Stalkers.
Yeah.
And kidnappers.
So you don't have any guesses about why they want those four and not anybody else?
Well, I mean,
they kind of run the gamut, right?
Jack's a doctor. Okay. Sawyer's a con artist and he's hot, so I get that. Kate is irritating, but guys think she's cute, so there's that. And who?
And Hurley.
They're not recruiting for the Bachelor.
Well, maybe they see there's a love triangle and they're just bored.
And Hurley's hot.
Or they want to make more babies on the other side of the island. Who knows? I don't know.
Maybe they're casting for a reality show.
I'm glad the show did not go in that direction.
Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea. But there's something that links everyone together as we're seeing as these episodes play out. People are coming from left and right or attached to this island in the show.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think at this point it's very hard to figure out why those four have been chosen.
Right.
She caught another one in the net. She just
So when you guys were watching this for like the first time, were you as frustrated watching this episode with everything going back and forth, and trying to put all the pieces together? Do you remember that?
Well, that's just a typical frustration from watching this show, and particularly if you're watching it week to week, and then you'd have big hiatuses. There'd be a hiatus in the middle of a season, and then you had the big break in between seasons. So yeah, the whole thing was frustration.
Okay.
Yeah, there would have been like a 6-month gap between what we've just seen and the first episode of season 3. It would have been like
And I
huge gap.
remember
Thank God. Now we have to watch it this way.
in the course of the show, there was a lot of grumbling about how many mysteries they were and how long, will we ever get the answers to the mysteries?
The mystery.
And
Yeah.
you still have people grumbling about certain small things that never were resolved.
Mhm.
But an interesting thing about the show is that eventually almost all of the real serious questions you get or have during this show, you get answers to. They might not be the answers you want. Eventually, like, I think most of the questions you would have after season 1 and season 2 do eventually get answered. It's just in unexpected ways, and perhaps it takes a long time to get there.
Yeah.
And not always, what you would want.
Mhm.
But watching it the way we're watching it now, certainly a lot less frustrating than the way we had to watch it when it was broadcast. That's for
God,
sure.
I couldn't even imagine. I would be beside myself.
Yeah.
That's 6 weeks. I would be Googling everything online, trying to find out.
But it's also why it became such a big phenomenon, because
Exactly, yeah.
about it. Everyone was going, well, what about this? What about that? And what, why is there a polar bear on the island? That kept, people would say 20 things and then go, and why is there a polar bear on the island?
Right. Hey,
I mean,
remember
back in the age of having to watch everything week to week, you a little, obviously we're more used to this sort of thing, but I don't remember so desperately awaiting next week for any show as much as this one.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It was
everybody felt that way.
Yeah.
That was the magic of this show.
Yeah, we had a whole email group in the office, and it was like, what do you think this was? What do you think that was?
That's so funny.
But the show, the show did deliver. I mean, look at these last 2 episodes of this season.
Yeah.
I mean, these 2 episodes deliver the goods, man. And you're left with further mysteries that you desperately need answers to.
Mm.
I mean, it's just so excellent.
And it's all been built up over loads and loads of episodes. It's all coming together, isn't it? Yeah.
Should we go to those?
Yeah, and the
right.
most important thing of all is that Desmond is finally back.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. And we'll get there later.
MJ was like cheering when she was watching that episode.
Okay, so we're rolling into 23, and they're approaching the boat. They board the boat, and all of a sudden, here come gunshots from inside. Somebody's trying to shoot whoever's approaching the boat.
Mhm.
Why would he think that they're the others? Why would he?
We're the
shoot
hostiles.
The
the
hostiles. And he was
Which
drunk.
is a much
he was
better name than
completely,
others, by the
he
way.
was totally plastered, wasn't he? So he didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah, he was just
Yeah,
shooting
right.
anywhere.
Yeah.
And then
He
he's
was-
like, oh, crap.
He's like, "Oh, it's you guys. What's up?"
Yeah, I know, literally.
Yeah.
Oh, it's you.
Like- He didn't even see who he was shooting at.
No, he didn't care.
But he'd been on his own for ages as well, hadn't he? So
Yeah.
he wasn't. He's not a rational man.
I would have never have thought that A, he was on a boat, B, that he kind of left the island. I thought he was hanging in the jungle somewhere,
Oh,
Mm.
hanging out with Russo.
or making his own camp and going cuckoo. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Can
we
you-
get more of his backstory and how he
Yeah.
landed on the island.
Yeah, more of Clancy Brown. Yes.
Clancy Brown?
Clancy
Yeah,
Brown.
the guy that played the guy before him.
The
Kelvin.
Kurgan.
Oh,
Kurgan.
Kelvin.
Yeah, or the Kurgan. Yeah, we got Hawk the Slayer and we got the Kurgan.
Well, what's the
I have something
Kurgan?
to say. He's the villain in Highlander. Come on, Dave, go watch
Oh.
Highlander for this.
Oh
One-
yeah,
The best movie villain.
yeah. Did we already
Amazing.
talk about that?
I thought we had.
No.
But did we not talk about?
I think there was a Highlander reference.
Well, we
Yeah.
talked about it in the Saeed episode when he showed up the first
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Okay.
Because he was also in Starship Troopers. He was in Shawshank Redemption. He always plays bad guys, doesn't he? And he's amazing. He's also in SpongeBob SquarePants.
Wait, who is he?
I think he's the guy that runs the diner. I think
Mr. Krabs?
he's Mr. Krabs.
Really?
Really?
Yeah,
Where's
He's
my
like-
Mr. Crab?
Yeah,
I grew up with him.
yeah, there you go. Yeah. So But yeah, for me, he's the Kurgan because that film is just incredible. But yeah, anyway, Clancy Brown, I love him. I think he's such a cool actor, and what voice! What a voice!
And he was fantastic in this show.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact you've got Kelvin like turning up and doing the stuff before, and like, and I love that whole thing about is he going to quickly run off? And then he was running off, and then Desmond follows him, and all that. I just thought all that stuff was really cool because I've forgotten where that was leading, so that was really cool. All that stuff.
So did you recognize? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Now this is a case in point where we get a bunch of answers in this episode. The most important being why the plane crashed in the first place.
Yeah,
we get in this, so that was pretty cool.
That's massive.
Turns out the numbers do matter.
And remember, up to this point when we were watching it, we didn't know whether the button was an experiment or if it was a real thing. We had no idea.
Yeah.
And then when it finally flips over towards the end of the episode and stuff's flying around, I'm just like, oh. Locke's like, I was wrong. It's like, yeah, you were, dumbass.
Wait, that was in the next episode. No?
It's the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, same thing. Now. Okay. Yeah. That's what had me hurling insults at Locke in my little notebook here.
It's too bad because like I kind of felt proud for Locke finally, like, you know, like, right, I'm gonna be realistic here and I'm gonna stop this nonsense and the button's not doing anything, and then it turns out he's wrong.
Right.
I honestly, it's just the whole having this urge to like drag everyone down with you thing. Like you can't just change your mind. You have to like force everyone to stop their life and just agree with you and say, okay, no, we're not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so we see Desmond in this episode, and he went to jail and he gets out of jail, and the person that picks him up in the car is Penelope's father, and Penelope's father is running this race around the world, whatever. But what does Penelope's father do? How did because obviously he's tied into whatever's going on the island.
Enter season 3.
Yeah.
It's a massive part of next season, MJ. Massive part of next season. We're going to see a lot of Charles Widmore. That guy, by the way, I don't know if I think I wrote it down on here. I don't know if you guys know Alan Dale, but he's huge over here. Is the guy who plays Charles Widmore? Is he famous over there?
No.
Famous as Charles Whitmore.
Yeah.
No, he's really, when he would have appeared in Lost, literally everyone in Britain would have gone, oh my god, because he was the kind of like the main character, if you like, the father character in Neighbours, which was a huge deal over here. So an Australian soap opera that was massively popular. It's how Kylie Minogue got famous before she was a pop star. And Jason Donovan and loads of Natalie Imbruglia was in it before she was a pop star. It was obviously a big deal in Australia. It was a massive thing over here, really, really popular, almost as popular as our bigger soap operas. And he was like kind of the main character because he was like the father of lots of the other younger male characers. So it was
us.
Quite mad
Neighbours is just a bad Dan Aykroyd movie. We don't know about the other.
Right.
You'd be like, what's that? It's got a U in it. I don't understand what that word is.
Was it you?
But yeah, he was really big deal. So I was curious to know if that show Neighbours was familiar. Yeah.
But it doesn't surprise me because he's really, really good in this show. It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
He's a big
and
actor.
very different from his Neighbours character. His Neighbours character is really fluffy and lovely and soft and come over here, I'll give you a hug.
There's nothing fluffy and lovely about this guy. No.
Right.
No.
Right.
Yeah. Brilliant. That was so cool to have him in it.
Box of those letters, it's like, what a dick, you just hated him from that moment.
Oh, that was so funny. You really felt for Desmond then when he was like, it's just like, oh my god, and his heart was broken from seeing that. It's just like, you serious? You literally not given any of them to Penny. Amazing.
Yeah.
For a split second, now correct me if I'm wrong. For a split second, I thought Penny was Libby. because they look
Oh,
kind of they look they have
Oh.
similar features.
Kinda.
And I'm like, is this Libby doing something else? Like, is this her coming back into the, scheme of things in another whatever?
Well,
Yeah.
that she came back at all was really surprising to me, Libby.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in
Um,
another scene. She's in.
Well, yeah, because that he's in Libby's boat.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
it. Wait,
yeah,
that's
right.
it. That's it. That's it. Okay. Yes, that's it. So Libby is connected to Desmond with the boat, and Libby
Which
got
is totally
married.
out of left field.
Yeah, because so Libby was in the institution with Hurley, and then allegedly she goes out and gets her psychiatry degree, and now she's got money with a boat with her husband that died. Did her husband die or divorce?
Died.
I think
Died?
he died.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so died, and now she has
Died.
Whoa.
I don't know what happened, and now there's $1 million boat that I'm just gonna give it to you. I'm just gonna give it to you.
Now,
Yeah.
here's where I have to do a
Here's your right.
timeline check, because was this before or after she was in the mental hospital?
I don't know.
It's
That's
probably
what I
before.
want to know.
I'm not sure that we know at
Yeah.
this point.
No, we don't
I
know.
don't know.
But Desmond's a lot younger, isn't he? It seems, isn't he? A few years before, isn't it?
I mean,
Go
Well,
back.
I
'cause,
guess
like-
island life will add years to your face.
Yeah, I suppose
Desmond was in the
impossible to
hatch
know.
for 3 years and
3
an odd
years.
number of months.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So, yeah, it was like 3.5 years before, at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Probably more like 4 years.
It's funny actually because this is a side note, but it is really funny that you know these actors from these shows, and the actress that plays Penelope, I think I should say that rather than Penny, shouldn't I? Although he calls her Penny.
Yeah, Penny.
Pen.
Penny.
He signed pen.
Yeah. And I had only known her from that show, and then recently she appeared on something like I think it was a crime thing that my wife was watching upstairs, and I was like, "Who's that? Who's that? Who's that actress?" And she was like, "Yeah, I think I recognise her. That is definitely someone we've seen before." And for about 20 minutes, I was going, "Who is that? Who is that?" And then and it was suddenly realized, "Oh my God, it's Penny!" And 20 years later, so she's been in something recently. But it's funny that you just associate people with certain shows.
I think I don't think I could forget Penny. This is the point. I just became totally emotionally invested in Desmond. Like before, he was just the crazy guy from the hatch in the first episode. But for some reason, in this episode, the whole backstory and the Penny thing, it got me.
I tell you what it is. What it is the acting, because she's not in that many scenes.
No.
She is so intense. What she's like in the scenes, like she's a very good crier, and it looks like both of them are completely in love.
Yeah.
But I've got this
Looks.
turd of a dad.
Looks.
They look like they look in love, or
Like,
they look,
you said they, it looks like they're completely in love.
Yeah.
Looks.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. No, they are.
That's
They are.
MJ being suspicious again.
Yeah. No, they are. But obviously, she's got a turd of a dad who's trying to stop all that.
Mm.
And that's
I don't know how
where the
long-
plot goes.
I don't know how long he was in jail, though. I don't remember if we ever find that out. But I mean, she was getting remarried. She didn't deny that she was
Yeah.
getting remarried.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So-
Well, she's already forgot about her.
Sorry, what?
I said enough time for a letter a week.
Yeah.
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 A big stack. Like it
But
was.
again,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah,
it's
it was
like
a whole
the son-
box.
It's like the Son and Jin thing, though. Her father's got a lot of power, and he could easily say to her, "You're not seeing Desmond," and then eventually she's like, "I can't see Desmond because my dad says so." So there is that element, I think, that makes it, they could still be utterly in love, but she thinks it can't work, because you've got this powerful dad who's a twat.
He's a twat.
He is a twat.
Love wins all the time. If she wanted to see Desmond, she would have seen Desmond.
Yeah,
Okay.
screw dads. But
Okay.
Desmond could have said,
Yeah, I'm up with that. Screw dad.
She did track him down.
she did track him down, we find out.
Yeah,
But
last moment.
do you know, there are always those moments that really get me where when she asked Desmond, she's like, "Why didn't you write to me or anything?"
Yeah.
He doesn't even say your dad stole the letters. He's just like,
She didn't want to deal with it.
Well,
but that's
it's
classic soap opera writing. That is.
I know.
it's classic Lost, because this show is full of people who withhold information for no good reason.
Yes.
You know, it happens over and over again.
Yeah.
There's no reason.
Some
for me not
moments
to
are a
tell
little
you, but
more
I'm keeping it a
obvious than
secret
others.
anyway.
Okay, so can we get to the part with Henry Mortimer? Mortimer comes out,
Henry Mortimer the First, yes.
and you know it's him by his shoe size, by his walk, and the camera scans all the way up, and then there's his face. It's like, oh, there's Henry. Like we knew what was going to happen.
It's the man.
Yeah. And then he looks at the dude, and he's like, "Where's your beard?"
Yeah.
He says, and he went, "I think they know."
Yeah, I think they know.
This is not worth it, mate.
Yeah. So Henry is Ben. Mortimer is now Ben.
He's Ben the big bad, and he is the greatest villain ever. So, yeah.
So he is the big bad?
Well, probably. It's barely.
That's who I remember.
Barely possible there are other villains that will show up on this show.
Mike, as Liam Neeson says in Phantom Menace, there's always a bigger fish.
True.
Yeah, it's true.
Leave it to Gareth to quote the classics.
Right. So at this point, our people are with the others now. Did they make it, or is that the last episode?
What
they
That's the end of the finale.
Yeah.
The end of the finale. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're not there yet. So we still have. So Henry was talking to, or Ben was talking to Michael. Is this still a flashback episode? I'm getting confused. Help me out.
No, that's all one scene at the end when they're all on the dock and and he talks to they see Ben, and then Ben talks to Michael and says and says, you know, we honor. I don't like the way this went down, but we honor our promises, and you know they bring out Walt. That's all one scene. I think that was all just one scene where they were all on the dock. And then it has another one of the most memorable quotes from the whole show.
What is it?
Good guys.
We're the good guys, Michael.
Oh yeah, I heard that and I was like, what?
Well, it's interesting because it makes no sense as far as what we know about them at the moment. But later on, you're like, I can see why Ben thinks that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, everyone's convinced you're the good guy, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
But we also say goodbye to our friend the Hatch, which
Oh yeah, big time.
in grand fashion in this episode.
Yeah, it kind of explodes, doesn't it?
But is that a final goodbye, or was there just like a big fire that you have to put out?
Well, you saw how everything was flying around. I mean, even the dishwasher and the washing machine was flying around.
Yeah.
You know when the washing
quarantine.
machine's flying around, it's over.
Charlie's deaf now, isn't he? Is that? I can't remember. Is that?
He just
Whatever it is.
had big time tinnitus from the
tinnitus.
corona.
Yeah. So just.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I resonated with that from your situation last year. I'm like, oh, I know exactly what you're
Oh, you had an awful time with that, didn't you?
Yeah.
It was about 3 months, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was down and out for 3 months with burst eardrums. And I'm like, Charlie, I got you. I know what you're doing. And his acting was on par. And if I could just say, all right, for our survivors, for our people on the island that were gagged, some of the best acting that Jack has ever done is when he had a gag in his mouth. The best acting.
Well, I think he's pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
He plays Jack, and the most tense scene was at the very end of the first half. After they shoot at the others who are following him in the woods, and Michael is confronted when Jack finally confronts him and just says, you know, tell him. I mean, that whole scene was riveting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like the whole thing was so tense. And then Hurley gave that look of death.
Yeah.
Like it was an accident. He's like, but if you did have time, you would have killed her anyway. And it's like,
that was
man,
that was such a good line.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's literally got no respect for Michael at that point. He's just, you would
No.
have done it anyway. Yeah.
And you saw it, that color was all over his face. You could read his face, and Hurley was not buying anything he was selling.
That scene was fantastic.
I forget already.
Fantastic.
Why did Jack not tell the others, even though he knew at that point?
Jack was trying to maintain the mission so that Saeed and whoever else that was with Saeed could carry on what they were doing without, and they would still meet up, because Jack would have thought they had to keep doing what they were doing because Saeed was going to meet him on the other side or whatever. So if they'd have changed what they were doing, it would have changed what the others were doing, because he's kind of assuming they were being watched or whatever.
No, but I mean, why did he keep it from Hurley, Sawyer, and Kate?
So they maintained what they were doing. If he'd have said to Sawyer, "Oh, guess what?" Sawyer would have said, "Well, let's do this instead then." I think he was thinking he needs to make sure it's simple.
Saeed told him not to tell. Basically, he said you can't tell them, otherwise
And
Michael can't have any clue.
Yeah,
right. And it's easier to control people that are following you than to give them their own ideas and have their own trajectory. So, this is the plan we're following. I'm the leader. You're going to follow it. He doesn't have to let them in, basically.
Yeah.
Well, and he had the idea that at some point, whatever Saeed was planning was going to come to fruition. I mean, obviously things turn out differently, but he's not thinking, I'm not going to tell him and we'll see what happens. He's thinking, I'm not going to tell him and Saeed's going to do this thing. Do you know what I mean? That's so it's not like out of nowhere. It's just because there's this plan that Saeed's got.
And let's not forget the great scene with the big piles of canisters.
Oh yeah, the pneumatic tubes.
Where the pneumatic canisters go.
I'm sorry, but of all of those canisters, they're going to pick the map that Locke was drawing?
It was on the top. It was the last thing.
Yes,
that
the
went
last
through.
one.
Yeah.
Come
It was on the side.
Come on.
Didn't he put it up without the canister anyway? Didn't he put that list up without? Or have I
He
made
did.
that up?
No, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why it was just
So-
lying
so
on
you'll
top.
see it.
There's no
Yeah,
wind.
so
Come on,
so
it's
you'll see
fine.
it. I love that though. It's when you said where are they going, I couldn't wait to see that bit where it's going nowhere. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
I didn't remember. I thought we weren't going to find that out for a while. I thought that was further down the road. So.
Well, now here's another really cool scene that should be mentioned. And I'm going to ask you guys, what do you think is weirder when Saeed asked the statue, the fact that the whole body statue was missing,
the
or
big
that
foot.
it had 4 toes?
Yeah.
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 That was pretty great scene.
Yeah.
That was a really cool scene.
The toes were the part for me.
The
Mhm.
I guess
toes.
I forgot that the statue was in the second season.
Yeah.
It is very,
Because it's
very brief.
yeah, but it's there, and so it gives you a hint of just how wackadoodle weird this island is. And
If it wasn't clear enough.
if it wasn't clear enough, but the island gets really
Yeah.
woo-woo,
Yeah.
and that just is the perfect thing. And it's like the first time I think Saeed says like, "Oh Jesus, this island is fucking crazy. Where the hell are we? This is nuts."
So is there more statue in the future?
It's dimly possible there might be more
Yeah.
statue. I mean, who knows?
Maybe.
That's cool.
Maybe
There
the
are 6
statues-
seasons, so sometimes
know.
things take a long time to show up, if they do.
Yeah,
If and when they do.
Yeah, anyway, go on. I was going to
Same.
waffle.
More of Anna Lucia. She might return
Yeah,
or
I
something.
thought it was a shame she was gone so quickly.
Yeah. Maybe it's a ghost.
Were we gonna waffle? Were we gonna
Oh,
waffle?
no, I was
now?
going to say something about that doesn't really make sense without later references. So it's one worth it. One worth it.
Yeah.
We'll move on. We'll talk about it in 6 months' time.
But so by the end of this episode, we learned that the button was real.
Mm-hmm.
Desmond let off all of the energy, and at this point, we don't know what happened to Locke by the end of the episode, and we don't know what happened to Desmond.
Wait, so Desmond let out all of the energy?
That's what he did with the key.
So that was the fail safe. So it's not
Right.
gonna build anymore. They don't have to hit the 100.
No, because he let it all out.
Okay.
Risky, because you don't know what's going to happen,
Right.
and nobody knew what was going to happen. That's why it was the fail safe, right?
Okay. Wow.
Because the button was letting out the energy a little bit at a time safely.
Okay.
He is just letting it all out, and so who knows what the hell's going to happen?
Okay.
Yeah.
And we don't know what the hieroglyphics are yet, right?
Eventually, I think you do
Okay, but like
learn,
no,
but
yeah.
at the moment,
Okay.
I can't do.
I think you find out, don't you? I don't know. We'll have to wait
Is it-
2 or 3 seasons. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if we do, it will be season 6. Because season 6, that's it. I don't know. It seems like that might fit season 6. It's quite a while away, I think, if we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember finding out, if not for online forums, but
Yeah, somebody's analyzed it.
yeah, probably.
And then at the end of the episode, so the full geomagnetic release is caused by Desmond,
Mm.
and then we get the midnight phone call that the signal has been activated or whatever, and Penelope's on the line, and she's like, oh. And now Penelope is in the mix.
Yeah.
Well, Penny will do anything to find Desmond. We know this.
I don't know if that's the case. I think.
Well, yeah, no, she's literally had those 2 people looking out for Desmond for a long
She
time.
literally has a special space station in the Arctic
Yeah.
waiting to hear this signal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
how.
really-
I mean, if that's not
Desmond.
love, what is? I mean, come on.
Stalking.
Is she a
Yeah,
client?
relationship goals.
Does she know that Desmond is on the other end of this island?
No, she's
Is this the island putting true love together?
well, that's the point, that she doesn't know when they locate it. That's the first news she gets of where he is. So she's looking for him, but she don't know where she's going to find him.
But does she know it's him? Does she? How does
Yeah.
she know he's on the island?
Well,
What is it that
You
they
know.
locate? What is I've forgotten now. What is it that they locate? What is it they go? Oh, that's what we were looking for. What was it? Can you remember,
Well,
guys?
Eventually, you find out all that stuff.
yeah.
So in the script that we've just seen, did they just go, "Oh, there it is," and we don't see what they've seen?
Yeah,
and then they
there was
just-
something on the screen, but I can't
Yeah.
remember. It was just like I forget what it was, but it was really vague.
I thought they
Right.
They
detected.
knew what
It
they knew what
wasn't that they
meant.
detected the big anomaly from the hatch release.
I think that's what it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Right.
I assumed because they said, "Oh, we missed it
Oh,
again."
yeah. No,
So
it
I
does make
guess
sense. It does
There
make
was
sense.
the other one from when Desmond forgot to or pressed it a little late or something, and then they might have seen that and didn't catch it.
Uh,
And
No,
then
it's
this
just-
time they're like, "Oh, this time we can't catch it, or we can't miss it."
but
Penny
MJ's
would-
wondering.
Penny would know, yeah, but Penny would know it's Desmond. So yeah,
How?
That's
Somehow.
what
that you
MJ's.
find out later. Yeah, you find out later, but you would know it's Desmond.
You know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's the way it all explodes and all that, and then it obviously sends a signal, and that's why they see it, and that's why she connects the dots because she
So,
knows.
I'm just gonna say, when I saw that part of the episode, I'm like, what?
yeah.
It was one of those
Yeah,
where
yeah.
it was one of those
Yeah.
where this is how we're ending. We're ending with a signal and Penelope's on the other line. Like,
Yeah, it's a classic lost moment. I think it's one of
Yeah.
the half a dozen moments where you like, what? And you
I'm like,
hate the fact there's a 6-month gap before you find out what the hell's going on.
No.
yeah,
And it was
like-
was terrible because our main heroes are either kidnapped or possibly dead.
yeah.
Right?
Mm.
Mr. Echo is down. Locke, who knows what happened to him? Desmond, the great Desmond, finally comes back. Is he dead? Who knows? And then you've got Jack, Kate, and Sawyer all kidnapped in the hands of the others. And at this
Right.
point, we don't know who the others are.
No,
Yeah, we don't really know
Really?
what it means. Why have they been chosen?
I guess
Why?
Penelope working with the others because she has cash.
If you look at their clothes, they need cash.
Well, they have a theater
Or
department, so
shoes.
they're well funded. They have a theater department. There's I have too many dots with too many red strings that aren't crossing over yet.
Get used to it because it's not going to get any better.
Yeah, big
Oh,
time.
I hate it.
You're just going to add the red dots
I hate it.
everywhere.
A little
I'm gonna be like, what is going on here? My God.
Because also we don't know what's happened to Saeed and Jin and Sun that are on the boat either, do we?
Right.
Yeah,
No,
but
we don't.
they weren't really left in any danger from what I remember. They were just
Yeah, because Saeed lit the fire.
Yeah, but they're very close to, because didn't they had a look to see where, didn't they go on they went to the place where what was, didn't they? And they were looking through it was all like abandoned, right?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
found
it was
this
all abandoned.
Oh,
sage
yeah,
village.
right.
but there
Yeah.
was
Peter.
nobody there to give them trouble.
Right.
It was obviously that was just a staged area.
Right.
Yeah.
Where's
Yeah.
Because they went to it was great. They went to the tents and they were completely empty. Clearly they were not lived in at all. They opened the doors, it's just rock.
Rock,
you know,
yeah,
it's just,
yeah.
That was
Yeah.
brilliant. So great.
Yeah.
And Michael really sold that story. You know, like when he was talking to Jack about this whole thing, he's like, they have nothing. They have nothing. They live in tents. They're wearing scraps, you know.
But
they're eating
also,
fish.
but all that bit was sold to us as well, because we assumed behind those doors that they were guarding, but clearly that was just a fake thing as well.
Right.
Well, he believed it.
Yeah,
that's what he.
And that's what that. Yeah.
But you know, I remember when I first watched it, I didn't buy it entirely because I knew that they, you know, were more than that. The fake beards pretty much gave it away in that episode.
Right.
Before. So we knew already that the others were more than what they were presenting themselves to be. And then in that episode, Walt is like, they're just pretending. They're not who they say they are or whatever. It's like, you know, clearly. But Michael doesn't know that. So Michael thinks everything he sees is actually really how they're living. And so he sells it because that's what he thinks.
Yeah.
I thought he was laying it on a little thick to convince people.
He's just intense.
Yeah.
It was a little thick when he said they're worse off than we are. And it's like, that part wasn't convincing.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't have shoes, so clearly they're worse off. They're all wandering around in sandals or barefoot.
And let's just talk about like Locke's existential crisis.
Oh, he cried.
It was great.
I mean, that was intense. You know, with his belief system.
Yeah.
Well, this was his crisis of faith, and I think that this was a necessary part of Locke's evolution as a character, because up to this point he had believed, but now his beliefs became challenged, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now he finds out all real. All his beliefs were right. He was right, and he was wrong to doubt himself. So what is he going to be like going forward?
Right. Horrible.
What this experience is going to change him. So what is he going to be like next season and for the rest of the show? What are we going to get from Locke?
Right.
No comment.
I will just say he continues to be probably my favorite character on the show.
I do like Locke. I always did.
And now I think at this point, more characters on the show, clearly, because the show goes on. But I think at this point, all my favorite characters are on the show.
Oh, really?
Because we got Desmond, we have Ben, we have Locke. To me, my three favorite characters.
Okay. Yeah. Everyone else, who are your three favorite characters?
Well, they're in it now, or in general?
Yeah.
As of today's episode.
Desmond is in the show as, you know, he's obviously going to stay on the show. Ben is here as Ben. He's not pretending to be Henry anymore. And I could finally stop being like, Henry. To call him Ben.
Yes, that is so good. Finally, we don't have to tiptoe around.
Call him Ben. You know, and Locke continues to be, you know, awesome. So those are my three favorite characters, and now they're all here.
Three great characters.
Forward
good
on
choices.
the show. Yeah.
What about you, Dave?
Yeah, I mean, I think Locke is always my favorite character. But Echo is
don't look at the whole series, just up to where we are.
Yeah. Yeah, he's my favorite for sure. But Echo is one of my favorites as well. You said top three?
Yeah.
I guess I would say Locke, Echo, and I don't know. That's tough. I guess probably. I don't know. I mean, Ben is such a great character. I guess I would probably say Ben. He's such a great character.
He's so great.
But he's also just, it's hard not to always be angry at him, you know?
That's a good character.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Emotionally complex. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Celeste?
Well, okay. I will acknowledge Locke's importance as a character, but I still don't like him. I want to beat him with a Jesus stick. That's what I want. Yeah. So no, Sawyer, and I really like Desmond and probably Charlie. No, you know what? I think who's underrated is Sun. I really like Sun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's a great character. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, MJ?
For my favorites, in no particular order, I'm going to say Ben Sawyer Locke.
What about you, Gareth?
I think we'll all agree there's about 10 fantastic characters in the show anyway, right?
Yeah.
So it's really hard to single out 3. But the 3 I would pick up to this point, because, there's someone coming along that I think is one of my favorites. But my 3 favorites now is Saeed, Hurley. No one said Hurley. Saeed, Hurley, and Desmond. Everyone loves
Really?
Desmond.
Hurley, yeah, I have to agree with you on Hurley. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, they're all great characters.
Yeah.
This is not a show with bad characters. This
It's his
packed
strength. It's the best
full of
thing
great
about the show,
characters.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if it was just the mystery about it and like the whole thing, well, what does that mean? What does that mean? It wouldn't mean anything. It wasn't for the characters,
Mm-hmm.
because we care about them.
So now how about your 3 least favorite characters, or like characters that are a part of a storyline?
So far,
That might not be like a real character yet. Yeah.
Does that include people we've lost?
Sure.
I'm not really sure I understand the question. What do you
Anna
mean people who are
Lucia.
Ah!
I liked her. I thought it was a shame she went quickly.
Charlie, Claire, Shannon. I don't even have to.
You don't like Charlie?
You don't like
Nope.
Charlie?
Don't like
Why
Charlie?
not?
I don't like Charlie. I know that's an
Really?
unpopular opinion. I never liked Charlie's character.
All right.
Okay, you're entitled.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
I forgot all about Shannon. I
thought I knew you so well.
Oh, Shannon for sure. Shannon and Anna Lucia.
Yeah, Shannon. I think we all agree that Shannon's a twat. Who else? Who do I not like?
Even Boone started to grow on me by the time he died.
Yeah.
Yeah, he contributed to the storyline.
He did.
Boone,
He really did.
Boone was
Yeah.
just an ordinary guy, wasn't he? I mean, it's like usually there's something quirky about the characters, and Boone was just like kind of vanilla guy. And I quite like the fact that there was that.
He was in
on the
love with
plane.
his half sister.
Well, that's true. But do you know
That
what I
is
mean?
a
Like,
little odd.
Yeah.
there would be ordinary people on the plane, wouldn't there, that don't have these quirks, I'll tell you what, who I didn't like, and if he'd have been in the show for a lot, he would have got on my nerves. But that's the teacher guy, Mr.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dr.
Art?
Art? Yeah.
Art?
Arts. Yeah.
Ars.
Yeah,
Ars.
There's
So
him and
The
Shannon.
dynamite guy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how many other people. Just shows you, doesn't it, how good the writing is, that I can't find
Yeah.
many other people didn't like.
MJ, I have a question. So we've got through 2 seasons of the show.
Yeah.
Do you think this season, the second season, was as good as the first? Do you think? What do you think as far as that goes?
I'm going to say this season was more entertaining than the first, because the first were just establishing relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So in the second season, we have these relationships, we have these dynamics, and I absolutely think there was more investment from me as a viewer, if that makes sense. Yeah. In the first season, there was still a lot of trauma. People are just screaming their heads off on the beach. So many unanswered questions, so many surprises, like the numbers, the hatch. We're getting the backstories, and I think with season 2, it really did fill in a lot of those holes. And now we have these attachments to these characters, and we're silently rooting for them or hating them, or simultaneously doing the same. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. This one of the great things about this show is it is both. You always ask yourself, well, is that story more plot driven or more character driven? And this story is always both.
Mhm, always.
A lot of both.
Yeah.
But the ratio, I think, has shifted. It has become, we've got a little more plot driving the show than in the first season, you know?
Yeah. And a lot more Island driving the show.
Yeah. This is the season, I think, where we're just starting to get a lot of the mythology of the island starting to settle into the show.
Yeah.
And that just keeps going forward.
Mm-hmm.
The season started with the hatch, with Desmond in the hatch,
right?
Like the numbers being pressed every 108 minutes. That was how the season started, and then it ends with the whole hatch being torn apart. So that was kind of like the book ending the whole season, isn't it?
Yeah, it really did. Yeah.
So let me ask, and you're probably going to give me the, but but
I'm just ready, people.
Listen. So is the smoke monster related to the releasing of the energy of the hatch, or is that something completely different?
Totally.
Is there more? Do I have more smoke monster to look forward to, or is that left behind?
No, the smoke monster very definitely is not done.
Okay.
In fact, the smoke monster turns out to be more and more important than you might guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you probably wouldn't be able to guess what it was.
And you'll probably
there's no way you can guess what it was.
You'll probably get a lot more hatch too.
I love that.
Regardless of whether it was blown up.
This is what I want in season 3. I want more hatch. I want more Ben. I want more weird statue with 4 toes, and more smoke monster. I want all that.
And what you don't want is the love triangle between Jack Sawyer and Kate, do you?
No, because it's icky.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm Team Kate Sawyer.
The what?
I'm Team Kate Sawyer.
Team Kate Sawyer.
Well,
it does make more sense.
Kate is team both.
Kate's like
Team Kate. Let's get it real.
Yeah.
You haven't touched, because I know sometimes you'll watch like a minute ahead. You haven't touched the next episode yet?
No. I was going to, and I said, let this marinate in the cerebellum and just, process.
That
because
would have
that
been
whole Penelope thing at the end, I was just like,
the beginning of season 3 is probably definitely even better than the beginning of season 2, which I thought was spot on.
Yeah,
the whole Desmond in the hatch scene.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It's
absolutely the episode you're going to watch, MJ, in about an hour and a half is incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
You are in the first 5 minutes. You are going to go nuts.
Big time.
What's going on?
About a minute in, you'll go, no, they're going
No way.
Yeah.
You have to send us your reaction after you see
It's been years and years and years since I've seen any of these episodes. I was surprised how much I didn't remember from the finale, which was great because I was surprised all over again in certain scenes. But I do remember season 1 and season 2 both had the same thing happen where in the middle of the season, it sort of flatlined a little bit. Started to feel a little bit like it was spinning its wheels a little bit for a few episodes. That happened in season 1. It also happened in season 2. And going into season 3, it's been a long time, but from what I remember, I think the same thing happens there.
I'll tell you what, I think from like my memory, because again, this might be different to when we watch it, but I've got a memory of season 3 proper dragging. So
yeah, there's like a section where it just flatlines.
Yeah, in a bigger way, I think, than the other 2 seasons.
But then it kicks into gear.
Yeah.
And then we go into season 4. I remember being great.
And I love season 4.
Season 4 was amazing, and then season 5 was really good, and season 6 is the one that only I like.
No, I like it too.
Yeah, that's when I sign off. I go, I'm really ill. Can't do today. I'm sorry.
And I'm like,
Gareth hasn't appeared for like weeks.
Yeah.
Constance dipped in.
Hey, guys,
Oh man,
Oh,
good stuff.
Couldn't help
it's
herself.
dangerous though, because once you dip in, you got to go all the way.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm
Constance,
excited.
tell us how far in did you go? Oh my god! How many seconds or minutes in did you?
Or episodes.
Yeah. Well, no, it looks like she's just dipped in, so it might only be first episode. But yeah,
I wonder,
it'd be
going into
interesting,
season 3, watching it the way we're watching it now, where it's 3 episodes a week instead of 1.
yeah,
If it's going to roll smoother than it did when we first watched it.
that's
we were
true.
waiting
That
week
is
to week.
true. We won't. Yeah, because I think part of when something does drag, if you're watching it 1 a week, then you're like, come on. But we're going to be rattling through it, aren't we? So
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
there's one thing I remember that it'd be interesting to. It feels like my memory tells me there was like 4 seasons of this one thing going over and over again, but it's probably only like 4 episodes, and we'll go through that in a week. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
fine.
And you know what? You know what was crazy when just go back an episode or two when they worked out when the electromagnetic thing happened and the plane came down. They're like, "What was the date? What was the date?" And he goes through the records and he's like,
Oh yeah.
22nd. And I'm like, "That's when we started the last project. That's when we started
Yeah.
watching it."
Hey. Oh, here goes. Then she watched 2 episodes. Wow.
2 episodes.
Ooh,
Oh wow. Okay.
so cool.
A lot of stuff going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
I'm excited.
I have to share something with you guys. So, as you know, there was a bonus DVD
Oh,
in
yeah.
the season 2. So I didn't have time to watch the whole thing, but I wanted to share some deleted scenes
Yeah.
because there's a lot of really cool stuff, especially with Libby, that we didn't get in the show.
Oh.
And there were, yeah. I would try to find him on YouTube, and if I find him, I'll send him to you guys. So there was this one really cool scene where Hugo and Libby, so you know when they're doing the laundry and they're just folding the laundry and Libby asks him like, how do you like me with this top and whatever.
Mhm.
So there was a deleted scene there which was so sweet where Libby, so they're just talking about life, and Hugo asks Libby, what did you do? And she's like, I used to be a psychiatrist specializing in family and whatever.
Mhm.
And then he asks her, do you have a family? Because he's kind of hitting on her. And then she says, yeah, I was married 3 times. And then I'm thinking, well, yeah, that'll send you to the mental institution for sure. So I don't know if it happened before or after. Well, there's no timeline really, but I'm just thinking, man, there's probably a lot more we didn't get about Libby, and it kind of stinks.
She was married 3 times, and all the men died mysteriously.
Yeah. After taking an airplane flight to Sydney. And then what happens after that? Oh, and then Libby asks Hugo, what did you used to do? And he's like, I was involved with chicken. And then he's like, I was involved with chicken, and then I won the lottery, and then whatever. And then she's like, oh, that's really cool. And she looks at her and he's like, you believe me? And she's like, yeah, why wouldn't anyone lie about that? And I'm like,
nobody else believes them.
we didn't get that scene. That was such an important scene.
Yeah,
First,
really
she
great.
tells him about, well, some clue about her mental stability, and then she believes him. That was a big time scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did
That was
Libby?
so
How did
sweet.
Libby wind up in Australia? What was her deal?
Did we find out?
I don't think we did.
I don't think we did.
We know why everybody else went to Australia, but what? How about her?
She was
So again-
stalking Hurley.
But there was that, because I think Michael, you said that the actress wanted to leave the show, right?
DUI.
Yeah,
So that we were probably going to get a Libby backstory, weren't we? Probably.
probably.
Didn't get one because they had to get rid of her.
I think, yeah, they had to get rid of her, but I think we might get her in like a couple flashback scenes. I can't remember, but
Yeah, but not a
That's minor.
fully fledged backstory.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Not it'll be to aid the other characters, won't it?
I'm like, well, how
Yeah.
did we get there? It's not like you're sitting at home and being like, well, I'm going to go to Australia, unless you're Anna Lucia. But like,
Yeah,
it's
there,
not a
there
random
probably was a reason we'll never see.
Ugh.
Yeah.
um,
They
There
probably
was-
written down in their notes.
There were some other cool Libby scenes. One of them was with Claire, where Claire is just hanging out with Aaron, and Libby goes up to her and she's like, they introduce each other, and Libby's like, "You want to hear something funny? You're wearing my shirt right now." And it's just this like random moment of complicity. First of all, between two women just hanging out, which we don't really get.
Yeah.
No.
And then it's just this random thing like, "Oh yeah, you are all strangers on an island who just picked random clothes out of the ocean."
Yeah, it's true.
It was kind of sweet. And then there's another one with, oh, sorry.
Yeah, go on.
There's another one with Sun too, when they're in the pantry, and hold on, what happens? Oh no, so there's another one with Hugo where Libby and Hugo are jogging on the beach. And it's like when Hugo wanted to get healthy again, and she's helping him. And then Charlie, so I think I can't remember, like, I don't know what episode it was supposed to be in, but then Charlie comes running out of the jungle and he's like, "Oh, Libby, someone's looking for you," whatever. And then she leaves. But again, it's another moment between her and Hurley where she's really helping him and they're bonding. And yeah, I thought it was too bad we didn't get it.
Yeah,
But yeah.
I agree.
And then there's the last one. This is the last one I remember or that I wrote down. But there's one between Sun and Rose where they're both in the pantry. And so it's in the SOS episode with, I think this was right after she embarrassed Bernard in front of everyone. And Rose is just folding stuff, and then Sun says, "Hey, why did you like flip out in front of everyone? My husband is the only one left helping him." And then there's this really sweet conversation about hope and losing hope, and Sun asks her, did you just I don't know, did you just talk him down because you don't believe in hope or something? And she's like, "Oh, no, never give up on hope." And then they just have this really sweet moment. But then Rose has a weird look on her face. So,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't. That might confuse the whole thing with what Rose was doing.
Maybe. Yeah, I thought that they did good to not include that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say that in the middle of all that, but it's interesting that when the show first starts, they're feeding the mysterious bits of the island relatively slowly. And they are actually having scenes where it's like, okay, they've crash landed, so they need to sort out medication, or they need to sort out who's going to wear, well, what clothes you're going to wear, are you going to look for your own stuff? Are you just going to nick other people's stuff? Is there going to be somebody like Sawyer who's going to nick everybody else's stuff and then not let you have it? You know, all that sort of stuff is kind of part of season one, isn't it? And then, but there's, because by the time they get to, like, I don't know, 3/4 of the way past season one, they've got so much that they've hinted at, that they've started to develop, that they can't really dwell on the ordinary stuff anymore. They got to keep, you know, doing the plot stuff, isn't it? So the focus changes quite rightly, you know.
That's what it was. I just remembered when Libby and Hurley were jogging on the beach, they were talking about, well, they're getting to know each other, and Libby says, "I love music." And Hurley's like, "Yo, there's a bunch of records at the hatch. Let's go listen to it." And Libby's like, "Yeah, but there's a prisoner there right now, so I don't know. Let's not have a date at the hatch."
Right.
But it was so sweet. It was seriously, it was like an alternate reality of what would happen on the island if people weren't obsessed with dunking on each other, you know?
Yeah.
Which would be like, yeah, you really could just go to the hatch and just listen to music.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know if it would be the same show if they just said music for half an hour.
I would have said, "Hey, let's go ask Charlie for a song or something."
We are everybody.
Oh, you just reminded me that Dave doesn't like Charlie. That's so weird.
But do you like him as a hobbit?
Oh.
You don't like him as a hobbit. If you don't like him as a hobbit, Dave.
Is it Dave? Is it because he's British? Is that what it is?
That's what it is. You know, I don't like the Brits. You know, they're always so pretentious.
The English. Drinking their tea.
Ooh,
Look at Dave though; he didn't even like him as a hobbit. You could tell.
I know.
Did you like him in X-Men Wolverine? Because he was in that as well.
Was he in that?
Who was he in that?
Really?
Yeah, he played. Oh God, who was it? He was one of the mutants that was on the kind of anti Wolverine side. There was a bunch of them with Deadpool and all that were. It was like the one that
He wasn't the Toad guy, was he?
No, he wasn't Toad. That was the guy that played. That was somebody Park, the guy that played Darth Maul. He played the Toad.
Oh.
So there was it was another character. He was like, I think he was. Could he read minds, or he was really fast, or something? There was something a bit different about it.
This is something Mike should know.
Yeah. Do you remember who played Mike?
It's been a while since I saw that movie.
Yeah. No, I remember thinking, oh look, it's him. Because I quite like him. But yeah, he was in that. Everyone. That's probably one of the worst X-Men films. But yeah, he was in that.
Not because he was in it.
Well, he was
No,
also
'cause
in
he was in it.
the worst Star Wars movie. So,
Which one was that?
the last Star Wars movie you put out of your mind? It was the one that it was the last Star Wars.
Ren?
Was he in the? Wait, he was in the.
He was in the last Star Wars film.
What's it called?
Oh, the last trilogy
The Last
was a dumpster
Skywalker?
fire.
Was it?
The Rise of Skywalker,
The
whatever
Rise
that
of
shit was.
Skywalker.
Oh,
That was a
yeah.
terrible movie, and he
It
was
was
in
a
there.
bad film. It was a
That
bad
trilogy was bad. The whole thing.
I liked it.
No.
I
Sorry.
liked
Really?
Sorry,
I
not
like-
sorry. I liked it.
Well,
I like
sorry,
it.
not sorry.
I must have low standards or something.
And there's certain scenes in the second one. But
Okay,
yeah, the first, third
we're
one's-
going way off tangent for a while.
Okay. No, I have some good news for Gareth. So
Oh,
there was a making of as part of the bonus. And since you were so mad about them ruining a piano for that scene in the water, I'm happy to report that it was a fake piano.
Oh, that's good.
Hollywood
I
magic.
was so happy when they said that. I was like,
yeah.
Cool.
you know.
There's not enough pianos around.
Oh, here's a cool Easter egg. Sorry, this is the last thing that I wrote down. In that episode, when that really bizarre scene where Charlie's dreaming and he sees Claire and his mom on the beach,
Yeah.
there's a really cool Easter egg if anyone cares to go see it. Apparently, in that scene, you can see in the upper left corner the Nigerian plane crashing on the island.
That's right. Yeah.
Did you see it?
Really?
I remember a plane going down, and that's the
Yeah.
plane that it was.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Oh.
Cool.
I
Oh,
did
my
not
goodness,
see that.
I saw it because I'm like, oh god, there's another plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I
Well,
saw
it.
they're
It was-
biblical characters.
Echo's brother's plane.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was too busy imagining the birds on the right hand side that are coming out.
Hmm.
So,
no,
oh well, we have any? Sorry, go ahead.
no, go on.
No, I was just gonna ask if we had any final thoughts on the end of the season there.
Cheers to season 2. I was all about it. Love it. I'm sold. I'm bought. I'm ready for season 3.
Did you think it was going to be a different kind of show, MJ?
No, I knew we were going to go deeper down the rabbit hole. I knew that.
Mm.
But I didn't think people were going to get like killed by other people on the island. Like I did not see that coming at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which sets the precedent, doesn't it? Because everyone's vulnerable.
Everyone's vulnerable and anything can happen.
Yeah. This was kind of in a way. Like a kill count of how many people died in the show, as just random characters and other characters.
Yeah.
It was like 400 and something,
Oh, really?
and that seemed low to me.
Wow,
Really?
Because
really?
because if just anybody who dies on screen, it's a lot of people die in that show.
Really?
And
Huh.
it was kind of
Sometimes those scenes are incredible, though. Some of the ones
Yeah.
coming up are amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah, really emotional. Some of them.
but this show
Yeah.
does get kind of Game of Thrones at times because
Yeah.
anything could happen to anybody in this show. Really.
I just thought of 3 that are just
Yeah.
phenomenal. Just off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do get the sense of like, I guess it's kind of Game of Thronesy, like you said, where it's like there's the other side of the island and there's the line and then the plane crash people's side of the island.
Mhm.
where it's like, and you see even when who goes to talk to Echo to be like, hey,
Anna Lucia.
Anna Lucia, yeah. Where Echo is just like, well, yeah, I killed someone on the other side of the island, but they're safe here, so I don't have any reason to be violent again.
I would say the Red Wedding episode of Game of Thrones is when Michael offed Anna Lucia and Libby. And that's like the Red Wedding.
Yeah,
It comes out of
still,
nowhere.
that was still one of the most shocking scenes in this show ever.
Yeah.
I think there's
I
one
honestly
other.
didn't believe it. I thought someone was having a dream. This is a hallucination. Like they're not dead, but no, they're dead.
There's at least one other scene that I can remember from this show that is almost, if not the same level of shocking. It's just a different kind of shocking.
That builds up for a while first, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't expect it to go where it goes. Yeah. I know what you're
It's just that kind of show, you know.
Cool. All right.
All
Cheers to season 2.
Yeah,
right,
cheers to season 2.
Season
All right.
3.
We'll see everybody
Starting in about an hour.
next week.
First episode.
Yeah.
See you back next weekend.
All of us are really looking forward for you to see that episode.
Yeah. For sure.
Okay.
It's very
Alright.
special.
Okay.
All right.
All righty.
Don't forget to say it this time.
Namaste.
Namaste,
Namaste.
everyone.
Hey. Namaste.
Namaste and good luck.
Namaste and good luck.